Yo, what's up? StereoDragonGravity here with another Cardfight Vanguard video. Today, I will show you my Scarlet Witch Coco with Stride deck for Soulless OTT. I've played this deck in the past, and with its new support, I decided to put a deck together. And it's a pretty fun deck to play, so let's go ahead and get into our lineup. Starting with the lineup of the deck, of course, the starter is Little Witch Lulu, who helps remove the soul for your Scarlet Witch Coco. And what she does, if you don't know, is when you ride a Oracle Think Tank Grade 3, you may move her to rear guard, and when she's placed on rear guard, you can Soul Blast 2 and draw a card. I don't know if it has to be from the soul, yes, called from the soul. So she automatically gives you a +1 as well as emptying the soul for Scarlet Witch Coco. Next, for grade 3s, I run 4 of our Genius Witch, Scarlet Witch Coco, who avenges things for you, if you get that reference. Her skill, if you don't know, is when you have no cards in the soul, she gains 3k continuously on your turn. And when you ride her other skill, Counterblast 2, if you have 1 card or less in the soul, draw 2 cards. Counterblast 2, draw 2 cards. So, she combos well with Lulu, as well as she gives you, combined with them, you get an automatic +3. Now, she has a different role in this deck compared to older versions of this deck, mainly because you want to ride her once or not at all, depending on the situation, because you want to save your counterblast for your G units. She's 10k base, so after you ride her, or if you ride into the other grade 3 I'm running, just use her for stride. So, next grade 3s I run 3 Supreme Heavenly Battle Deity Susano. So he's our stride bonus unit. His skill, if you do not know what it is Generation Break 2. During your turn, if the number of cards in your hand is 4 or more, this unit gains 5k and +1 crit. So, like how I made in my previous build, which was to go into Coco and then late game have a pressure card to push for game. This and all your G units and Silent Tom give a ton of pressure to your opponent, which this deck was missing, so I think in the past, so that's great. And then his other skill is Counterblast 1. During turn, when your G unit stride on top of this card, you may pay the cost, that's Counterblast 1. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put one in your hand, put the other on the bottom of your deck, in any order. Yeah, so he's just there as your grade 3 you want to ride after Coco, as well as help you continuously plussing when you stride, or just give you a game finisher if you need one. So, very handy card to have. But enough talking about him. Let's go to our grade 2s. I run 4 Silent Tom. You don't know Silent Tom's skill? It is when this unit attacks, and if you have an Oracle Think Tank Vanguard, until end of that battle, your opponent cannot use grade 0s from hand to guard. So he's a very pressuring card, especially with Stride, and the new support, since you're able to run 4 and check all these crits with triple drive. So amazing card. Next, I run 4 Mocha. Mocha's skill is continuous during your turn, I think. No, when it attacks. If the number of cards in your hand is 4 or greater, it gains 3k. So she's our 11k attacker that I'm running for this deck. You can run the Generation Break, like 1 attacker if you want. I don't have these, so I'm running these. I don't have them, but these still work great, either just a player preference. And then I run 3 10ks from the new set. Yeah, that glare. The reason I run the 10ks is because I'd like a solid ride target if I can draw into it, because both of these are 8k base, so having a 10k ride is always useful, so that's why it's there. Going on to grade 1s, I run 4 Divine Sword Ami no Morokumo, if I am pronouncing that right. And he's our stride assistant. When you use him to pay the cost for stride, he gains 2 grades. So you can just toss him and get that stride performed, as well as you can search out Susano, this guy, with him if you have another grade 3 in hand. So very useful card. Hope you get what you need. Next, I run 4 damage and flipping perfect guards. So it's a normal perfect guard, except it can only guard the Vanguard, it cannot guard rear guards. Which the original perfect guards said that, but then they changed it so it could guard any of that clan. So, but this specifically can only guard the Vanguard, and if there's a copy in the drop zone, when this is placed on Guardian Circle, you can unflip 1 damage. So, since this deck is very counterblast heavy, that helps a lot. Moving on, I run 4 of the new 8K booster, help with Silent Tom, as well as 2 of the old one, to help Silent Tom, of course, hit 16 numbers, 16k numbers, to get those magic numbers on your opponent. So, and then I run 1 Battle Sister Lemonade. Her skill, if you don't know, is Soul Blast 2 when this unit is placed on rear guard, and unflip 2 damage. So, I just tag her in, because I like her, and she helps me unflip damage. And you do have a way to fill your soul a little bit, so in some cases it can be useful. If you're desperate, you can do it. Next, I run, for triggers, I run 12 crit, 2 new. Now, for these, these are from set 2, the original one, because not Vanguard G. Its skill is you can move it to soul from rear guard and draw a card. So if you ride Coco, emptying the soul with Lulu, and then you go into Sasano, and then you need to unflip damage, you can just pop it in the soul, draw a card, call Lemonade, unflip 2. So not a bad card to run if you do choose to run it. But yeah, I run 12 crit and 4 heal triggers. My original rare 4 heal triggers from Vanguard set 1. So I like these, and what I mainly try to do with this deck is try to thin the deck by drawing into as many non-trigger units as I can, unless I need them for shield, and then use her to shuffle them back through the deck instead of them being on the bottom of the deck. I don't like stacking. I'd rather thin out the deck and then triple drive multiple triggers to scare my opponent with Silent Tom. But yeah, next, going on to my G zone, I run 4 Sword Deity of the Thunderbreak. He's your main G unit for the deck. His skill is, if you don't know, Stride, and then Act Vanguard. Counterblast 2, choose a copy of him in your G zone face down and turn it face up. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck, select 2, put 2 in your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in a new order. So he's mainly the card you're saving your Counterblast for. He's your replacement draw engine for riding Coco over and over, and a pretty powerful card. He can really help you get that hand. Also, you need, for his cost, you need 2 or more G units in your G zone. Forgot to mention that. Yes, 2 or more. And then I run 3 Soaring Auspicious Beast Kirin. Kirin's basically a smaller version. Stride, and then when this hits, check top 2, put 1 in hand, put the other on your bottom of your deck in a new order. And then, so he's basically there to help you still draw if you don't have Counterblast or not ready to use him. And then I run 1 Miracle Element Atmos. If it's tournament, I'll run him. If it's not tournament, I won't, because I like 4 of these for some reason. His skill is Stride, and then Auto. When this attacks a Vanguard, you can Counterblast 1. If you choose to do so, he gains plus 10k. So he'll automatically swing for 36 at your opponent's Vanguard, which is very devastating. Say it's late in the game, we've already taken out several of his hand and perfect guards with Silent Toms and previous strides. If I need a push for game and throw down my last of my Toms, use him and hope I hit triggers, because most likely my opponent will not be able to guard. So anywho, that's it for this deck profile. Subscribe, like, and comment for more Cardfight Vanguard and other TCG. Till next flick, thanks for watching. Peace out.